everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little DIY project and showing you guys how you can make these very festive, cute little reindeer name tags for the dinner table. So you can either have them for your family at Christmas time, Christmas Eve. They also can be really cute and festive. Before we get started, give this video a big thumbs up if you like to do DIY projects like this. Okay, so let's get started. Alright guys, all of the supplies that you'll be needing for this project you can find at your local craft store. So you're going to need some garland. You're also going to need some coil wire. I chose green because it blends in well with the garland. I also am going to be using scissors, a hot glue gun, as well as these festive looking berries. You can find them in Christmas stores everywhere. And lastly, you're going to need a name card. You can also make one out of cardboard or poster paper. So the first step in creating our reindeer name cards is giving the reindeer a body. We're going to cut a total of 5 branches off of our artificial garland. If you choose to use real garland, that's fine too. I prefer to use fake garland because then I can reuse the same name tags each year instead of having to throw them out and recreate them. It's just a lot easier to do it this way. Now that we have our 5 branches, we're now going to trim the sides. So you're going to want to cut some of the pine needles off so that the entire branch isn't covered in pine needles. You don't want to cut it completely to the end of the branch because then your reindeer is going to look a little malnourished. It's going to look a little too skinny, like Santa didn't feed him carrots or something. So you just kind of want to avoid doing that and just cut a little pine needles off. If you feel like you need to cut off more later on, you definitely can do that. I know that I definitely do that a few times when I'm making these, so don't worry about having to come back and cut some off, but for the time being, try not to cut them too skinny. We are now going to create the base of the body. So you're going to take the 2 longest branches that you have. Taking the top one, you're going to curl it up and then curl it forward, as if you're creating a snake or a dragon type animal. That's what you'd like to do for that part. And then taking the one on the bottom, you're going to kind of slide it towards the back, still keeping it close together, and then you're going to bend the leftover of that upward and then down, creating the reindeer's tail. Once you have the shape that you desire, taking your coil wire, you're going to squeeze those 2 branches very close together, keeping your fingers in place. You're going to then move the coil wire around very tightly, very close to the reindeer and very close to those 2 branches, keeping them together. Just wrap it around a few times to hold those 2 branches together in place. Very important, you want to make sure that you cut the coil wire as close as you can to the reindeer, because then it won't be poking out on the bottom. It won't accidentally poke someone, but also it'll be a lot easier to place on the name tag when there's not something sticking out from underneath it. Taking those other 3 branches, we're going to be creating the same shape for all 3 of these, which is a U shape or a V shape, whichever you prefer. You can feel free to trim a little bit more if you need to. I certainly needed to. But for these 3, we're going to keep them all at the same shape, which is a U or a V. Now I'm going to be creating the reindeer's legs. So I'm going to just take a quick minute and check out all 3 of these pieces and see which of the 2 are closer in size. I don't want to have one leg that's taller than the other to make my reindeer look lopsided. So I'm just going to see which 2 sizes are similar, and those will be the ones I use for legs. Now, imagine that these shapes are a wishbone. You're putting the top of the wishbone right against the reindeer's body so that the legs can fall downward, making a upside down V. And before we glue, we're just going to make sure that we have them in place where we'd like to and that we can stand the reindeer upright. it's time to apply the hot glue. So when you're applying the hot glue, you want to put it in the center of the V. That way, when you flip the V upside down, it's going to be able to stick on the body exactly where it makes contact. Just be sure not to burn your fingers because hot glue can make an ouchie. You're just going to want to hold it in place for about 3 seconds. Feel free to squeeze the legs inward a little bit to help to hold it exactly right where you want it to. Then just taking the next leg, you're going to repeat the same step. Taking that third U shape from before, this is going to be used to create the reindeer's antlers. Now, I personally thought that my antlers were a little bit too skinny for my taste, so I decided to cut an extra branch off my garland, and I'm going to then trim it down and create that U shape similar to what I did before, and combined the two U's together with hot glue. And this is just gonna bulk it up a little bit, give it a little bit more volume, and plus, I think it's a little bit more realistic, right? I mean, reindeer's antlers have more than one coming off the base, so why not? You can create it however you choose. Taking my hot glue gun, similar to what we did for the legs, we're going to be applying it in the center of the U. Only difference from the legs is instead of going down, we're going to be going up. So you want the reindeer's neck to be right in the center of the U shape, and then you can go ahead and adjust his face and his antlers however you choose. Once you've established the desired shape of your reindeer, if you feel that you need to trim it a little bit more, you can go right ahead. I just knew that I wanted to get rid of some of the stragglies that were really sticking out and bothering me, so I went ahead and cut those. For this next step, we're going to be creating the nose for our reindeer, so Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So taking these very festive berries that you can find in every single Christmas store, I'm going to just cut one of them off of the stem and apply hot glue to it, and then apply it to the nose of my reindeer. So for the third and final step, I'm going to be taking some red ribbon and a bell and placing it on my reindeer's neck for a little Christmas jingle. I decided to turn my ribbon necklace into a bow, so I'm just going to curl down one side, and then using my hot glue gun, I'm going to glue it down and then fold the other side down in place. Just be very careful because it's very hard to do this part without coming into contact with the glue. So hands beware, it's going to be hot. And that, my friends, is one good looking reindeer. Now that our reindeer is complete, we can go ahead and attach it to the name card. I chose to have the reindeer facing in this direction since the name is going to be written in the top left corner. So kind of liked the idea of the reindeer looking at the name or looking towards the name. Once I've just played around with it to decide exactly how I want it placed on the card, I'm going to go ahead and apply the hot glue onto my reindeer's belly. Just going to adjust his legs out of the way so that I have full access when applying the hot glue. Something that's very important when you go to apply the reindeer to the name card, you do want to leave that name card slightly open. That way when you go to open it and use it at the dinner table, it is not top heavy because of the reindeer and it's not unbalanced and it can stand upright. So just leave it slightly open. Apply the reindeer by pushing down the center as well as squeezing the legs in a little bit, and that'll help you to hold everything in place. Voila! When you're all done, your name card should look a little something like this. Reindeer sitting on top. You can write your name, your friends' names, your family members, whoever you have coming for the holiday. It's just a very special way to add a personalized touch to the dinner table. Well guys, I hope that you liked this cute little festive DIY. It's really nice to have little name tags set for when your family comes over for Christmas, Christmas Eve, or just a holiday party in general. Just a festive touch that you can add to the dinner table. So I hope that you guys decided to give it a try for yourself. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button as well as turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss when I drop new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, stay golden, people. Bye!